Welcome back. Let's see where we can go on in this tour of ClickUp. This is the personal workspace settings. So as I said, there's two workspace settings. One belongs to your company, and then one belongs for each employee or person that would be using the app. So while the other one was for the company, this one is mine. So again, we have settings, which we can fine tune and tweak based on what we want. We can look at our workspace, notifications, etc., etc. Under my apps, one of the things that I have is cloud storage. I want to be able to import and export documents, photos, etc., into the client management part of the system I've created for you. So here I have activated the top two. You can see I have the Google Drive is to the right, it's blue. Dropbox is to the right, it's blue. I'm not using OneDrive or Box. So you can use whatever programs you'd like to use to share information back and forth. Here's the notifications. So this is how I'm going to get information that there's something that I need to pay attention to. They're tied to your workspace, and I can edit them for each workspace that you're on. So if I was working with multiple, maybe I helped you on your workspace and I helped someone else on their workspace, those notifications might be separate. So you have a lot of choices. You can have or not have desktop notifications. If you don't like this, if you don't like that, don't use it. So it's going to be very active. Do know that when I tried to take these screenshots, one of the things it does is it kind of clips the very bottom of my screen. And on every single part of the ClickUp app, there is a toggle bar, kind of gray in color at the bottom of your screen that you can use to scroll left and right. When you're on your phone, you don't need that. You either just use your finger and scroll up and down, or you can scroll sideways depending on the page and the video or the part of the system that you're using. Here I have my integrations. So again, this says, I don't care what the company's using. This is what I want used for my communications personally. So just kind of keep the two separate in your head. One is the company and the other is the person that is going to be doing the management or the work in the company. There's the calendar. I can tell it to connect or not connect to other calendars or to outside calendars. If you don't want it to outside calendars, you don't have to. This is actually 3 screenshots, one of my sidebar, and the second one, which is a bigger one that is sitting behind the little Zoom one. So the Zoom is kind of juxtaposed on top of the calendar, but it was a way that in one screenshot I could show you, here's where you connect to Google if you want it, or your Apple Calendar or Outlook, and all you have to do is click on the connect and it will show that you've connected to it. You can set it to integrate both ways so that they share information back and forth. Zoom, I want that connected so that I can talk to clients right from inside my client management system. Okay, I mentioned file drawers. Google calls this whole thing that we're working with a workspace. And within a workspace, we have spaces that we use. The spaces are like drawers in a filing cabinet. So here we have spaces, we have everything, which you saw on that very, very first screen. We have the Trello boards that I had created in Trello, and because I wanted to be able to use them and not have to start over, I was able to import them. We have my content marketing. This is my marketing system. We have my Survive and Thrive membership program, which I use to create the format for my group. And then I have a business management. That business management system is a space that I created just for you, and I will be sharing it with you so you can access that one and use it to recreate yours or to make it yours and have a fabulous system that you can be up and running in a fraction of the time. There are a total of 5 spaces free in Clickup app. I'm using 4. There was one that was like a training space. Once you've gone through the training programs, or if you don't feel you need them, you can just delete that space and free up even more. The business management has more than one file folder in it. You could actually separate those into 2 separate spaces if you wanted to. So we'll go into that a little bit more as we work our way forward here. So inside the business management live folders and or sometimes they call them projects, and we have lists. So folders or projects live inside of a space. Lists can live either inside of a space or they can be inside a dedicated folder. For simplicity here, I kept the daily planner inside as a subset, and you can see that they are listed separate. So we have a promotional calendar, and inside that is a list of marketing projects, one for each month of the year. We have our client management system. We'll be going into that in detail. And we have your daily planner, which I have that just running constantly on my desktop. This is the daily planner. I got there by simply clicking on daily planner in the left sidebar, and it opens it up. You can look at it. Again, you have choices: list, board, calendar, or create something else. And this is the list view of a calendar. So it lists them by day. The third one over here on the top right, that is a calendar view of the same information. It's great to kind of get a monthly feel of where you are. The one that is my favorite to work in is the board because it looks ever so much like a daily planner. Simple and easy to use. Column 1 is to-dos. To-dos do not have anything. They're not assigned to a date. They don't have a due date. And then Monday through Sunday, I can put business, personal, client. I can put tasks. Like we have a column here in Monday. It says order supplies. You'll see how we got that there. But we have each of those assigned to a different day. There's a different day of the week. There is a slider at the bottom so that you can go Monday through Sunday. And you can arrange your calendar any way you'd like to have. It has an interesting effect so that I had more than a week's worth of information in there. We had a Susie Jones remote consult set up for June 17th. So she didn't show up in that first week. So very clever Clickup set up extra day. And that just shows appointments in the future that are not included in this week. When I first set up your daily planner, I had assigned 3 things in your to-do list. Plan a birthday party. Could be also any kind of a planning thing or project that you're working on. One is a survive and thrive management. So that's a reminder to go in and do something and survive and thrive. And the third one is need to check supplies and see what we might need to reorder. And you'll know it's not here. This is where it started from. I click on check supplies there in the left-hand column, and it opens up the pop-up that you see to the right. In the pop-up, it allows me to add a to-do list or subtasks. I can put an attachment in there. So I could actually, in my check supplies, there's a description area here. So either in the to-do list or in the description area, I can add my shopping list. When I go in here, I also will go up here to the top line where it says to do, and I will assign it to who's going to do that task. That way it shows up on their daily planner. I then can go over to it was created on such and such a day, and there's the calendar icon over to the right. When I click on that, I can schedule it for what day that task needs to be done. And if I don't get it done, it will tell me it's overdue. There's another thing we can do. We looked at the task editing here, but we can also edit tasks here. So this is the 3 steps that I took to change that. It started out initially with check supplies being in the daily planner under to do. It then moved into the edit category where I changed the day it was going to happen from to do to my admin day on Monday. I assigned it to me. I set a due date, and I placed in here my little order supply list, actually editing the name from check supplies to order supplies. That when I tell it to save, then I have my after page, which shows up down below, and we can see it's no longer in the to do file. It's now on Monday to order the supplies. Okay, need to pause? Here's another little break spot, and I'll be back with the 3rd session.